Okay, so welcome. We are on our final week. I know, sad, isn't it? So it's balance again. We're on week 6, and we're going to continue with a review and an extension of some of the challenges we had. I'm throwing in a new challenge for this week, and we're going to concentrate a little bit to start off with kind of the ground, which we have done before, but particularly with the toes. So often, or sometimes with balance, it's the fact that we really haven't got any support from the toes, particularly the big toe, which might be raised off the ground. So I'm going to concentrate a little bit on the toes. So let's start. So with the feet hip distance apart, just have a look down. If you can have the toes pointing forward, that's great. If you can't, because of the ankle positioning or whatever, or the hips, then do what feels comfortable. So looking down, just see whether you can feel as well as see that all of the toes are down from little toe to big toe on both feet, and get a sense while you're just standing there for a moment, whether you feel that weight is equal between the big toe and the little toe, or whether there's some lightness somewhere on that journey between the outer edge and the inner edge. So we're all going to be different. Some of us are going to have more weight on the big toe, knees coming in, feel like there's weight coming through the inner heels. Some of us are going to feel like we're completely centered, and others are going to feel like there's a bit more of a tip over to the little toe side. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just come up, rock up onto our balls of our feet initially. See how that feels. So the toes will start to lengthen and take more of the weight as we rock forward. So really it's kind of like heel raises, if you like, for a moment and come back down. Okay, and pause. Let the weight kind of land and feel like you're resting a little bit more into the surface that you're on. Then sweep the arms out to the side so it gets a little bit more sense of the spine feeling lengthened through this process. Okay, and then from here, I've got my palms down. I'm going to take my palms behind me, which for a lot of us is not desperately comfortable. Okay, back to palms down. Then palms up towards the sky. And that's not always that comfortable for everybody either, but see how that feels. And then palms out towards the front, towards me. Okay, and then just bring the palms down for a moment. Let the shoulders rest. Okay, so that's kind of this sort of position, which isn't a natural position. It's a bit more like a traditional mountain pose in yoga with the arms out. So we can have the chest open and the shoulders resting more back and down without force. Yeah, there can be a temptation with the traditional kind of approach to overdo the shoulder blades back and down. Okay, so sweep the arms up and then come onto the balls of your feet. So palms can be down, whatever's the most comfortable. And then come up onto your toes and just hover onto the highest point that you can. Just start maybe moving. Come down when you need to, or when you fall down, let the arms just come down. And then just have a couple more goes. Can I get onto the tops of my toes? And again, where's the weight? Where's the bit that struggles to stay there? Struggles to stay. Really getting high, 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 high. Come down when you need to. Let the arms rest when they need to. If you can dare to try again, if the toes will play. So up, high, 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 high. High, high, high. And rest down if you haven't already got there. Okay, and just shake the legs out, shake the ankles out. Let the tension in the calves or in the joints of the feet or the ankles. Okay, so from here, we're just going to do a little bit with the figure of 8, which we did last week. So this time I'm going to take the feet wider, so shoulder distance or slightly wider again. See if you can work it that your toes are coming forward from your heels rather than out to the sides or in. But as usual, you do what's comfy. And keeping the arms just relaxed, then start to create that figure of 8 movement. And again, a little bit like we did last week, once you've kind of got going, how does that feel in the feet? Where does can you feel a sense of weight changing across and around the feet? Can it be smooth and rhythmic, flowy? Or is it a little bit awkward in any part of that journey? And if you soften the knees a bit, is that easier? Does that make the flow a little bit more accessible? And just bring the hands to the pelvis and continue the movement. And can you keep the big toes down for the whole of the journey, or do they start to rise up a little bit? Can you keep the little toe down, or does that start to rise a little bit? Okay, and let's pause. Feet back to hip distance for a moment. And have a look down at the toes. Any difference that you might feel more weight across the whole of the toes, from big toe to little toe? Any changes in overall weight towards the ground? Those kind of things, just to suss out whether these sort of things make much difference. And this is the idea that this might support your balance as we work our way through. So we're going to do the two challenges that we've been working on. So the first one, if you remember, starts at the back of the mat. What I want to make clear, or you could say change slightly, is when we take the arms up, so we're going to sweep the arms up. If you just watch for a moment, then I'm going to sweep the arms down, and I say like bring the, let the head rest at the back of the neck so long. If you come really far down into a squat, that's what I'm looking for today. So you come down, so if ideally your top body, front of your chest, your rib cage actually rests on your thighs, and then you let your head rest down, and then we're going into all fours into the downward dog and into the plank as we did last week. Okay, so just so you could see that how low I'm suggesting we go today. If that doesn't work, obviously stay higher. So it's not about hamstrings, it's about releasing the top body over the bottom body, and also releasing the lower back by coming into that more squat position. So if it is that you can do that, but the only way you can do that is taking your heels off the floor, then give that a go. Yeah, see if that'll help you achieve what I was suggesting there. Okay, so let's make a start with this sequence. I think you'll remember it. So you sweep the arms up towards the sky, so you're lengthening. As you sweep your arms down, you take your top body over your bottom body. You come really down low with the bum so that the top body can rest on the thighs, and the head just then rests. Okay, so from here, from that squat position, you pad the hands forward. So you're going to head towards all fours, but you don't take the knees all the way down if you can do that. So the knees hover, press down through the arms, so that what it means is your core's really working. You're on your toes, so the toes are working. Can you feel your toes working equally? Okay, well done. We're going to push back and pad back. So pad the hands, so ideally you can get the heels down, and again keep the bum low, keep the body, upper body on the lower body, then push your way up, curl your way back up, and extend through the arms. Bring the palms and the arms back down to pause for a moment. Okay, so the kind of timing of holding each of these poses, I'm saying is about a count of 6. So I just talked to you there. So I think that was probably a count of 6 as we hovered and we checked out our awareness of various parts of the body and what the impact was. So this one is going in but into downward dog. And if you remember, it's the version that's more turns into a hare. So we have the knees really bent, even though we have the arms extended away from us and the spine lengthened into what would be like the front end of the dog. Okay, I'm confusing you now. So let's sweep the arms up to extend the body, bring the belly in, get that core support for a moment, then come down, bend in the bum, let the chest rest on the thighs and the rib cage, let the head come down and relax, feeling that weight, bum down as much as you dare. Then padding the hands forward. So we might take the hands slightly further forward than we were before. We land, shoulders are back from wrists, bum goes back, knees bend. So knees are broadly in line with ankles here. Really feel like your bum's going back, extending through your lower back. Head hovers from the floor, really pushing back, extending side body. Well done. Padding the hands back, we're there for at least a count of 6. And doing the same. Get your heels down, get your bum low down, keep your rib cage on your thighs, then push your way up. Push your way up, unraveling and lengthening. And then pausing to bring the arms down. So we're going into the third stage, which is the plank. So again, we'll hold it for a wee bit longer than maybe we had previous weeks, but you know you can come out of it, you know you can adjust what you need to feel comfortable to be able to get out of this. I will mention it, but you need to be thinking about taking your heels back when you're in plank. That tends to support most people, but not everybody, with kind of getting your hips in the right position in relation to your shoulders. Okay, let's just do this. So sweeping the arms up, lengthen, find that core support for a moment, feeling the thighs active. Okay, folding top body over bottom body, really coming down with the bum so that the rib cage rests on the front of the thigh. Bum goes down even further if you will. Head rests down. Padding forward quite a way, maybe further than you were before, maybe broadly where you were for downward dog. Okay, and then let the heels go back. So it feels like for some of us a little bit of a stretch on the calves. Knees are high, bum's not too high, but broadly. Hips are just slightly below the shoulders. You push down through the hands, lifting the chest away. Legs are active. Well done. Bend the knees in order to pad the hands back. Pad the hands back until you get the heels down. And again, in that same position as where we came down. From there, we can unfold by pushing through the feet, using the legs, then using the core, then using the chest, and then raising the arms. And back down. Okay. So we've done our first challenge, extended it maybe, yeah. Got a little bit lower to release a little bit more for the spine, but also to work more strongly with the legs to get you out of that situation. So a lot going on there. And we're doing quite a lot with the toes there. You may have noticed toes had to work quite hard there to support us. So the new challenge, which some of you may have not done if you haven't done it for a while, basically it's the most the bit I need to explain to you more clearly before we do it is what the hands are doing. So I've interlocked all my little fingers, my ring finger and my middle fingers, but I'm extending my 4 fingers, and then I'm also wrapping my thumbs round to create this sort of, you could say, a spire if it's in that position. Okay, so that's position of the hands. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand on one leg, doesn't matter how you do that. And then we're going to draw from A to E and the capital letters. And all that process kind of knocks you off balance. So you try your best to stay in the game, if you like. But if you need to come out, come back up, that's what you do. So choosing whichever leg you wish to, lifting the other leg off the foot off the floor, extending the arms if you can, create an A, capital A, drawing it in the air, a capital B, drawing it in the air, capital C, a capital D, a capital E. E's going to be the one that tests you the most. And come down. Have a little bit of a walk and loosen the fingers. For the shoulders. Okay, so we've done one foot, done one leg. So we're going to try the other side. So deciding what you do, whether you take the foot back, whether you bring the foot forward, extend the arms if you can. And again, letters A, capital, B, capital, C, capital, D, capital, E. So we might all draw it slightly different. Hands down, feet down, shake out the wrists, fingers, floppy arms, maybe floppy legs as well. Okay. So anything you need to do just to get yourself out of any tightness there. So we've done that. We'll be going further along the alphabet later. Okay. So what we're going to do, actually should be at the front of the mat for the second challenge, which we've done now a few times. I'm going to add something in, so I'll do it to show you, and then we can start. So with this one, we let the arms swing a little bit. We step back with our first leg. We keep the pelvis facing forward. We have the front knee bent. We send the arms up towards the sky for a moment. We feel that support from the belly a little bit here, extension through the spine. Take the elbows into cactus out to the side. We fold forward at the hips. We raise the back foot off the ground. Now what we'll be doing the second time we do this is we'll also be extending the arms out before we come back, come to the front. But the first time we'll just do it as we did last week without extending the arms. So we'll just be coming forward into the cactus arms. But if you can work out that you've got enough space, so I'll probably keep disappearing, but you know I'm really here. Okay. Let's step back a little further. One there, that's fine. Yeah, let's step back further. Okay, so from here, let the arms come forward and back. And then you choose, it's usually a natural leg that wants to go back first. Stepping that back, bending the front knee, just check that your pelvis is pointing forward. Sweep the arms up and extend if that feels comfortable. Then you create that arms out to the side, that cactus arms. And then you fold forward. Most of us, that's the best way to do it. Weight does come forward with you to allow yourself to pick that back foot off the ground. Return the back foot to the ground when you're ready. Extend the arms up again, keeping that front knee bent. Let the arms just drop and sway. And you step back to whatever is broadly the front of your mat. Do what you need to do to just loosen up a little bit. Okay, so second side, same routine. So stepping back, front knees bent, check the pelvis pointing forward. Just make sure you're happy with the sort of stability at this point. Sweep the arms up to get the length. Keep the length, but let the elbows come out to the side. Pivot from the hips forward. Lift the back foot off the ground. Hover, hover, hover. You might be able to get more of a straight leg on the standing side. Find your way back down to safety. Sweep the arms back up to the sky. And then let them fall and rock. And get you back to your front of the mat position. Okay, so we've done both sides. So we're going to add in extending the arms forward. So we're going to be from here to here. Yeah, something like that anyway. And if you need to take anything out of this, if you need to keep the foot down, if you just need to work with where you're at, then please do. So let the arms move forward and back. Step back. Land. Get your pelvis in a happy position, facing forward. Sweep the arms up, feel that length, but also feel the strength and the connection to the ground. Elbows out to the side, which opens the chest a little bit more. Folding forward, lifting the back foot off the floor, maybe creating a little bit more length through that leg, straighter leg. Then extend the arms forward. Well done. Step back and bring the arms back into cactus for a moment, front knee still bent. Extend the arms up to the sky and then let them roll forward and back to come back to a forward position. Great. So we've got a second side. Let's do that second side. So let the arms sway, take the opposite leg back, bend the front knee, just get that alignment happy. Sweep the arms up to extend and create some core support, finding the ground through the feet. Elbows out to the side to open the chest. Fold forward when you're ready. Step that back foot off the ground. Maybe straighten the standing leg a little bit. Extend the arms out in front. Coming back down with the back foot, back into cactus arms, front bent leg. Extend the arms up. Let the arms fall, rock. And you step forward through the rock and the momentum. Okay, so some of you might find it easier when you extend the arms. You know, all these things vary. You might feel you've got more balance with one leg going back and arms coming forward without that sort of support to the shoulders, which some people find quite difficult anyway. So sometimes the challenges which keep you there longer actually might feel like they're freeing you up for some people. Okay, so we're going back to the fingering position because we're going to do another 5 letters. We're going to do F to J. So you choose your favorite leg for now, and arms forward and foot off the ground. So we're on to F. Capital F, capital G, capital H, capital I, capital J, and rest. Do the hands or whatever you need to do. Resort your hand position. Remember the foot you did first, you did the second one. So arms forward, foot off the ground. So it's an F, G, H, I, and J. And both feet down. Okay, so we can take a break from that challenge and we can come down to all fours. So we will come back to that challenge because we've got more alphabet to finish off. So it would be sad not to do the rest if we can got time. So hopefully we will. So onto all fours. Have the knees together for now. Have the toes untucked or tucked, whichever feels kind of makes the most sense. But we're getting a chance to just swirl around a little bit and let the body free up from any tensions, tense areas of the body. And just seeing how that goes. And then taking the bum in the opposite direction to redesign that figure 8 in the opposite direction. Just excuse me for a moment. No, just ignore that. Okay. So when you finish that, I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So we're going to have the knees back into hip distance positioning. I am tucking the toes under. I'm taking one leg back, as we've been doing. I'm bringing the knee forward, trying to keep the knee off the floor all the way up as far as it'll go. So I can take the foot through, cross the legs and sit back. It doesn't work for everybody's knee here. Find my way out, take my leg back. So you do what you want to do, what you can do. And if you can't, if you're not happy with that at all, then you just do the kicking donkey kind of thing where you bring the knee to the nose and take it back. Otherwise, sweeping that leg, knee forward so you can sit back. Bringing that knee forward, taking the leg back. So there is a point where the foot can rest if you want to here, or you can just keep it with a hover. I hit the ground at some point. I won't do this many times, so this one can end on this first side. Find your positioning, shake out the wrist if you need to. And from here, I'm going to do the second side. So extending away, bringing that knee forward, hooking round, sitting back, unhooking, finding your way out, taking the leg back, and repeating. So about 3. And relax. Okay, so we're just going to have a moment on our back before we finish off that challenge of writing all the letters. So coming onto your back for a moment and just landing. So take a breath. What we're going to be doing is we're going to go into bridge and an arch and curl. I'm going to do one-legged bridge, so quite a bit here. So we're only going to do it for a short length of time. So bringing the heels in towards the butt, creating robot arms. So that means the lower arms are off the floor with the fingers pointing towards the sky, and lower the lower back down. Push up into your bridge. Find that position where you feel supported. Stay one leg away and hold. Bring that leg back down. Extend the other leg away and hold. That leg comes down. Okay. Bring the whole of the back down to rest. Interlock the fingers and have the hands under the head, elbows out to the side for a moment. Bring the elbows towards each other and have the lower back down as you lift a short distance with the back off the floor. Head is heavy in the hands. And then roll back down. It's just to create a little bit of length through the lower spine and the upper spine. Okay, release the hands and sweep the arms up towards the sky. Cross the ankles, bum off the floor to rock forward, to sit forward, and to gently find your way back up to standing. So we weren't down there long, but sometimes that transition still makes you go a little bit. So in some respects, I'm kind of encouraging you to go from that position into doing something where you're still going to be challenging your balance. So rest and get safe as you need to, but recognize that's part of the deal. So we got to J, so we'll see if we can do the rest of the alphabet. Let's see if we can finish broadly on that. So we're getting the position of the hands as you need to, with both fingers pointing out, the rest tucked in, arms forward. So lifting your favorite foot. So we're going to start with K, L, M, N, O, P Q R S T U B W X Y Z, and rest and shake out. So again, that's kind of double the length that we've been doing. So that might have felt a little bit of a asking too much at this stage, or it may be that you've got really settled and it's much easier to do that now. So second leg. So I just need to remind myself which leg as well. So second side. So we're going to do K L M N O P Q R S T U B W X Y Z, and relax. So we're going to go out on our stalk movement, which we started right at the beginning of the series, so we can just float away, just fly away. So, okay, so bear with me. So remember, you lift one knee up and you sweep the arms up, float them up, and you just swap sides as we float, as we float. So obviously, there's still work being done here, but hopefully it'll feel fairly comfortable now. And the arms are supporting that uplift, but it's not asking the arms to do too much, and it's allowing the need to coordinate the movement with the flow. Right, our work is done. Our balance has been supported, challenged, and hopefully created some greater improvement. So you've got this to keep for Christmas. What a lovely idea to play with. I will see you next year. We're starting back first Monday in January, so it'll be back before you know it. So happy Christmas, New Year. If I don't see you sooner than that, thank you for joining me. Okay, I'm flying off now. So thanks again, and have a lovely time.